Good evening, dear students. Okay, so today we are going to review a little about the past simple tense. This session, this lesson, we are going to review for tomorrow and the next class. Okay, so please pay attention because you need to know what is the past simple of the verb to be, some rules, and tomorrow in class we are going to practice with some exercises. Okay, so I am going to share with you my screen and let's start. Okay, in this module number 4, we're going to review all the past simple, okay? Past simple of the verb to be, past simple of regular verb and of irregular verbs. But now we're going to talk about the past simple tense of the verb to be. Look at images, okay? And there's some question. Where was she yesterday? Okay. Or where were you last night? There's some question. We use the past simple to talk about finished events in the past. Look at this. I was at college, or I was at the school. I was at the park. Or in negative form, she wasn't busy. In question, were they late? They have short answers. Yes, they were, or no, they weren't. The question for you, where were you last night? Can you remember? Where were you last night? Or where were you yesterday? Maybe you can say, oh, I was at home watching TV, maybe. Oh, what about he? He was at school. He was in the school. Or they were in Loja. There are many examples. In this case, we're going to review the rules, okay? And the force. We have two force for in the past of the verb to be, was and were, okay? When do you use was? You use was when you have I, he, she, and it. On the other hand, we use were with we, with you, and they. Okay, remember the negative form. You can write I wasn't in the contract form, and the long form is was not. Okay, with you, we, and they weren't or were not. As explained before, in the questions form, you have to write first the verb to be, then the subject and the complement at the end. Were they happy? Was he rich? Okay, so we're going to watch a video. I am going to send this video. Okay, so you can analyze the forms of the past or the verb to be. Pay attention, please. And try to understand for tomorrow the activities. And also,
what is the past simple of be?
you know, what was the past simple of the verb to be?
We can say, he is tall about the present. What can we say about his past? He was short. This is called the past simple tense. We use the past simple to talk about the past. He was short is the positive. What is the negative? The negative is he wasn't short. Wasn't is the contraction of was not. Here are some more examples. I was a police officer. I wasn't a police officer.
Wasn't a police officer.
She was beautiful.
Negative.
She wasn't beautiful.
Wasn't beautiful.
It was expensive. It wasn't expensive. We were at home. We weren't at school. They were in Russia. They weren't in Thailand. So the past simple of be has two forms, was and were. Which one is singular and which one is plural?
Yes. Was for singular.
Was is singular
Were.
and were is plural. But sometimes English doesn't always follow the rules. The pronoun you can be singular or plural, but we use were for both singular you and plural you. You were late to school. You weren't late to school. We can also make questions using the past simple. Why were you late to school? Were you late to school? The short answer for a yes-no question is, yes, I was. No, I wasn't. When were they in Russia? Were they in Russia? The short answers are, yes, they were. No, they weren't. How much was it? Was it expensive? And what are the short answers? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. So remember, we use the past simple of be to talk about the past. The negatives are was becomes wasn't, were becomes weren't. Was is singular, were is plural, and for you. The short answers to yes-no questions are yes plus subject plus was or were. No plus subject plus wasn't or weren't. If you've enjoyed our video,
So I hope you understand the rules. Okay, remember was when you have I, he, she, it. Where when you have we, you, and they. Okay, for tomorrow we're going to do this practice, but you can advance at home. I'm going to explain a little more about this. Okay, only one exercise, and you are going to continue at home, and tomorrow we are going to compare your answers with your partners. Okay, in the first part you have to complete the chart in affirmative and negative form. Remember, I was. Okay, in negative, I wasn't. What about with you? You were, that is the other form of the verb to be, and you in negative weren't. And then you are going to complete the charts in affirmative and negative form of the verb to be. In this case, she was very happy yesterday. In negative form, he wasn't very happy. He wasn't at the club last night. Okay, and also you're going to complete the test using was on where, paying attention to the blue words. For example, in this case, my name is Sarah. I went to Hawaii last summer. The weather is, you have to replace with it. Okay, so in this case, the weather was sunny. And the palm trees, because trees, there are a lot of trees, is plural. So you have to write were. Were very beautiful. And you are going to continue practicing, okay? Then we are going to continue with the next parts. You are going to look at the pictures and write sentences, okay? Maybe you can infer what, where were they, or what were they doing, for example. Okay, according to the picture for tomorrow, you thinking about some answers, some sentences according to these pictures. Then in the next parts, in the speaking part, remember, because we are all speaking part, you are going to think about the possible answer, the real answers for you, because these are questions for you. Where were you last night? You can tell me, please. I was at the park last night, or I was at home watching TV last night, or I was with my friend in the hospital last night, etc. Okay? Another question, where was your mother last weekend? Ah, maybe you can say, my mother was at the supermarket last weekend. Or maybe my mother was at my grandmother's house last weekend. Okay, so you have to create your own sentences. Which was your favorite subject last year? Last year, my favorite subject was English last year. Or where were you in your last holiday? I was at the beach in my last holiday. Or I was in Quito last holiday, etc. Okay, think about the possible answers according to yourself for this question. Okay, so I hope you understand this short video and see you tomorrow for explaining a little more about the past simple of the verb to be and practice with some exercises. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.